Hello and welcome to Pockenrop. Today's video is going to be has been prompted by a comment that was left around my 1980s albums video, my first video, and it gave me an idea and I couldn't resist doing it. And it is my worst #1 singles from that decade, the 1980s. So I'm keeping this down to a top 10 rather than a 15 because there's only so much clag that anybody can actually put up with. So, things that didn't make it in first. I very nearly included No One Quite Like Grandma, but that's got a lovely association with my late grandmother. I nearly included Only You by the Flying Pickets. Love the song, hate the version. We could have had I Just Called to Say I Love You or USA for Africa, We Are the World. All songs I thoroughly loathe. But let's keep it down to the 10. And at number 10, just squeezing out the awful Pasta Duchy by Musical Youth, I have placed all 3 JIVE Bunny tracks. Gosh, there's almost no merit in these things whatsoever. They are, if you haven't come across JIVE Bunny, they are effectively a mixtape of little snippets of greater songs than these. And all 3 of these got to #1 in 1989 and stunk up the charts. There's not much more to say about them other than you don't hear them because they are just fluff. Bad fluff. Number 9, I've placed A Little Piece by Nicole. This was the winner of Eurovision in 1982, the year after Bucks Fizz won, whom you'll already know I'm quite fond of. And it's just Eurovision by numbers. The ballad, it's singing about peace, which is always going to get votes, and it's just awful. At number 8, Glenn Medeiros, Nothing's Going to Change My Love for You. It's just a really flat, boring ballad, which I have absolutely no desire to ever hear again. And I can't quite believe it was bought in sufficient numbers to get it to the top of the chart. At number 7, I have placed another track from 1982. I've Never Been to Me by Charlene. I have absolutely no idea what this song is meaning. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. What the hell is this person on about? It's terrible. I can't. Most of these songs I would say I never want to hear again, and thankfully I probably haven't in the last 10 years. That is included in there. Number 6, Boris Gardner, I Want to Wake Up With You. Gosh, that's awful. I remember loathing this when it first was released in 86, 87, and my opinion has not changed. And at number 5, I've got the one that's going to cause my controversy for this video, because many people might even place this as their greatest single of the 80s. Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I can't abide this. I know it got banned for overly sexually suggestive lyrics. It should have just been banned for being crap. I cannot abide Relax, and I never want to hear it again. And sadly, I do hear it in discos. If I was to go to a family disco, then we're going to get Relax at some point. I hate it. Number 4, we're back on the ground of songs that most people detest and loathe. It was the suggestion that prompted the video in the first place. When I said that I came from Sutton Coldfield, a friend of mine said, I thought you were going to say, and I've included, Rene and Renato. I wouldn't, because Save Your Love is ghastly. It's an awful song. The reason he mentions that is because Renato owned a Italian restaurant in Sutton Coldfield, in the area in which I grew up, which is Mere Green. And it was above the Mere Green Records and Tape Shop that I mentioned in my very first video. So I can see where his logic was heading for that. But Save Your Love, horrible. For number 3, we return again to 1982. And we get 7 Tears by the Goombay Dance Band. I don't think I've heard this in the last 30 years. And that has by no means been too long to hear it again. So, 7 Tears, Goombay Dance Band. And we come to my real top 2, the 2 songs that I loathe most that got to the top of the charts in the 80s. And the first one is so slow it might as well be a funeral dirge, and it's Power of Love by Jennifer Rush. Nothing against the singer, because I've heard Celine Dion sing it as well, and in both cases the song is just detestable. It seems to go nowhere, and then it gets to the chorus and it goes nowhere still. What a horrible song. I can't stand it. Power of Love. The worst of the 3 tracks within 18 months, all titled Power of Love, that were released. The other one was Power of Love by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I don't like, but it's alright. Got to #1. The one that didn't was The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News, which is fantastic and I love. But Power of Love by Jennifer Rush, horrible. And finally, at #1, I have saved my ire and my bile by going through everything else really quickly so I can pour it all over the worst song ever released. The Lady in Red by Chris Burr. Now my friend has said surely Chris Burr deserves a pass for being capable of so much better. To which I would say Exhibit B, A Spaceman Came Travelling. It's an awful song, and I would like to see this song buried in the ground with a stake through its heart so the Lady in Red would never rise again. So, this short little video, 10 horrible #1s from the 1980s. What would you have included? And what do you want to defend to the death? Let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, please like the video, click subscribe if you haven't already done so, hit the bell for notifications of further videos, and until next time, thank you very much for watching.